Hey everyone, me Kevin here. We just got an update from the White House on what we might actually expect in the next round of stimulus. Now, we had talked about this, or at least touched on it yesterday, because this sort of came up through the rumor mill. It came up through the Wall Street Journal, and we're kind of like, okay, maybe that's what they're actually talking about. Now, I said in my video yesterday that, hey, you know, the Wall Street Journal tends to be pretty credible though, so we do want to pay attention to this, but I didn't spend too much time on it because it's like, it's still in the journal and it's not directly from the White House. Well, listen to what Kevin Hassett just said, and then after I play what he says, we're gonna go a little deeper here. This is fascinating, at least it is to me. I mean, that's why I make these videos, because I love this stuff. All right, here we go. This is Kevin Hassett. Listen to what he says.
As you know, that when you're in the White House, sometimes you're surprised to see that, you know, when you're having meetings and stuff, that all of a sudden you read about it in the paper. And the Wall Street Journal wrote a long article about it that seemed pretty well sourced. It was pretty accurate. And so we are absolutely meeting this week. We're going over what we think should be in the Phase 4 deal. And we're going to try to reform unemployment insurance so the factor you suggested goes away.
Okay, so that's actually really big news. When Kevin Hassett, the White House economic advisor, the dude that's in the room with Trump on every single stimulus talk, when that dude says, wow, you know, geez, that's surprising. The Wall Street Journal got that pretty dang right. They must have some pretty good sources. Well, first of all, you can't help but be jaded and wonder, was he the source? And if he's the source, that's even more deep. But we don't have to speculate on this. All we have to know is that Kevin Hassett said, wow, that's exactly what we're talking about in so many words. And now let's go back to that article and try to see if we can read between the lines a little bit more and actually just look at the black and white, because it's very helpful and this sort of reiterates what we might expect. Because the White House, I think, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, is going to be kind of probably that prairie dog that rounds up all of Congress, because I think right now they're in so many different directions, it's just frustrating. And since apparently they only, I'm not going to go into how little they work. Stop ranting about Congress, Kevin. Okay, here's the article. White House weighs next options for stimulus bill. It's trending on the Wall Street Journal, which trending on Wall Street Journal means like nothing. But anyway, the big thing that you want to look at here is the president's team has assembled a set of proposals. This is the first thing that's really important to keep in mind, because we don't want to think it's only, you know, $450 a week back to work, or it's only the $1,200 checks. And if it's not the checks, then maybe it's something else. And if it's something else, then it's not the checks. That's not what they're saying. They've put together a set of proposals. Now, we don't know what those proposals are, other than that these proposals are to encourage the public to return to work. Okay, we got that. But it also says, and resume normal life. Well, resuming normal life for people who don't have work would probably mean, okay, how about some more, you know, potential stimulus or relief for people on Social Security? We've already heard of Lindsey Graham, a Republican, suggesting, hey, maybe we need some more support for people who are on Social Security. The cost of food has gone through the roof. It's not fair to people on Social Security. So both of these things could apply here. But then he also says, or the article says, including going out to restaurants and taking vacations. We knew that. But think about this part here in green. We've been through the rescue phase. Now we're in the transitional reopening phase, and we'd like to move into the growth incentive phase. Those are really big words here. How do you incentivize growth? You give them money. Giving people money, in my opinion, based on these two paragraphs, is very, very important. Now, how much, what kind of check, you know, what kind of sets of proposals, we don't have clear information on. We're gonna get some hints, but this is really good. Growth incentive phase. So think about that. When you're thinking about stimulus, think they want everybody to be able to go back to normal, but they also want to incentivize growth. And just because they're mentioning restaurants and vacations doesn't mean they're not considering other things as well. But I know there was a lot of backlash about this idea about like a tax credit for going on vacations or going out to restaurants. And then it's like, well, hello, we don't have any money. Like, how are we supposed to go on vacations or to restaurants if we don't have money? And to me, I look at this and I combine these things. I go, okay, they want people to go on vacations within the United States and restaurants, and they want to incentivize growth. Well, how about you give people money to do that? It's just an interesting idea, but this article is becoming more and more important now based on Kevin Hassett reiterating, basically confirming exactly what's in here. So that's why I spent more time going back to this, and I want to share those conclusions with you. Let's go to the next page here. All right, so this was a good line. This was probably the best line of the second page here. The White House official said they aren't trying to stall in hopes of killing the next bill. That's good, because so much of what we've heard has been, oh, it's dead on arrival, it ain't gonna happen. And that's very demotivating. So, okay, so the White House isn't trying to kill the next bill, or they're not trying to stall to kill it. Okay, interesting. Over here, let's see what we got here. The White House officials continue to bet on a V-shaped recovery. I wrote over here, election. Think about it. What do Republicans need to win the election? The V-shaped recovery. If we have a W, that is the market crashing again, that could happen around the time of a potential second wave. That could happen right around the time of the election, and that would be very, very bad. So I expect the White House to plow money at this problem to make sure we have a V-shaped recovery. Come on, Mark Cuban's idea of giving everyone $1,000 every 2 weeks if you go spend it is a brilliant proposal. That, combined with encouraging or incentivizing people to go to restaurants and going on travel and going back to work, oh my gosh, come on. Like, that would be, and I'm not trying to get political, but that would be a in-the-bag election. If they gave people money and they incentivized people to have a good time by going on vacations and going to restaurants, the election would be in the bag. And Trump has the power to do that, and we know that Trump is the kind of person who will take every possible source of leverage he can. So it's interesting to me, especially since we now have Kevin Hassett confirming this article, basically, and the content of it. Now, we know that the White House and Republicans have rejected extending the $600 a week unemployment, but they're open to maybe, or at least they're weighing the idea of extending the unemployment benefits, but maybe only you would receive, $250 to $300 a week instead. So that way people aren't getting paid more for being on unemployment. This is where we have that tourism tax deduction or credit, which again, I put a dollar sign next to that because look, that's cool. You could give people a tax deduction or a tax credit, but the bottom line is you actually gotta have people with money to be able to do this, to feel comfortable going on a vacation again. Hey, look, if they said, hey, Kevin, I'll give you guys a $3,000 stimulus check and you'll get a tax deduction on stuff you spend or some other tax credits, you bet I'm taking a vacation, especially if they say in the next 3 to 6 months. Bye-bye, YouTube. You guys are going to be without Kevin for a few days. I'm going on a vacation. And I'll tell you, after this whole Rona pandemic, I need it. So I don't know about you, but to me, this sounded actually really promising. And the fact that Kevin Hassett just confirmed it, I might have to cancel my life insurance. Or maybe I should just keep life insurance anyway. In case you need life insurance is available in the link down below. Get 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100. Get 2 free stocks with the stock trading platform Webull. And folks, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. And remember, if you want to chat with me or you want to ask me questions, join the Discord. It's completely free. There's a link to Discord in the description down below. And of course, if you want the fastest response, come to the live streams that I hold every day at 9 a.m. Those are private live streams for course members, and you can check those courses out down below. Thanks for watching, folks, and until next time.